Okay, so a friend of mine has been telling me to watch Stink for so long, and I'm so glad that I finally did because I can bring it to you guys. It's something that is consolidated everything that I've been trying to tell you for so long. And so it talks about fragrance, synthetic fragrance oil. All of these things that you need to know are in the products that you're buying. And what does that mean? What is fragrance? It's nothing. It is the scent of your item that can contain any number of undisclosed ingredients. So anything from something that actually does provide a scent, but it's also a known carcinogen, a known endocrine disruptor, a known terrible thing for your body, and it is all disguised in there, and they don't have to disclose it. They don't have to tell you what constitutes this fragrance. It can be up to 1,000 ingredients in one single product, and that's what I always try to tell people. And these are the things that are okay, we'll break it down. Carcinogen means cancer causer. It's a known cancer causer. These, we have, I think it's up to 15,000 ingredients that are allowed almost exclusively in the US now, that have been banned for 10, 20, 30 years in usually Europe, the European Union, but in so many other places. And these items are being allowed, or these ingredients are being allowed in our products still, because nobody's saying anything about it, because nobody's deciding to ban it. And don't get me started on the FDA. There's no regulation for this. And this is why I am so passionate about you learning your ingredients. It's overwhelming, absolutely, but knowing the importance of what you're putting on your body, because there is no regulation for it. People think, oh, they're selling it, it must be safe. That is not true. Not true. So, understanding your ingredients, understanding the importance of knowing what to avoid, what not to avoid. Maybe I should comment, let me know if you want me to do a video on like the top 10 things to avoid. Maybe I'll break it down into like skincare products, household products, things like that. But let me know if that's something that you are interested in. But going back to endocrine disruptors, that means hormone disruptors. When you disrupt your body's natural process, your natural flow, it causes disease, right? That's where the root of that word comes from. So when you're out of balance, when you're out of the natural flow of what your body is supposed to be, the natural homeostasis of it, you're going to see repercussions of that. Cancer is one of those. Weight gain is one of those. Mental imbalances is one of those. So it's so important, and we get out of balance so many times in our life. It's fine, but you need to go back to it. Continuing to use these products is just going to keep you out of balance. And people are seeing that. Respiratory issues is something that's really common. And I'll tell you quickly about an experience that we had recently where I haven't had synthetic fragrance in my house in, I don't know, 10, 20 years, something like that. And we stayed at a friend's cabin for the weekend. And every single one of the products there, all of the hand soaps, the dish soap, the shampoos, everything. And I brought my own things, but like I didn't bring hand soap. It was so overwhelming that I couldn't use it. And so I was using my shampoo as like hand soap. And even my husband, my kids were saying like, this is so strong. It is so strong, and it's something that you get really used to, but when you take it away, you realize just how overpowering it is. Those are VOCs. These have all sorts of just inhaling them, not even just putting them on your body. So when you're burning those scented candles or the wax melts things, all of these things are really, really affecting you. And when you're thinking about places that you don't have any control over, not just your home, but like Abercrombie and Fitch or all the stores where they're just pumping that stuff at you, it has effects on your health. And so I will wrap it up with talking about children's products. And I always come back to this because I just think it's just disgusting what is allowed. And for the, littlest people who have the smallest bodies, who this little amount is even more overwhelming, don't fall prey to these you know, with the characters on the bath soaps and the bath bombs and things like that. And there's places that, Lush being one of them, everybody loves to think that Lush has all of these ingredients. Can you smell Lush from like a block away? Yes, that's synthetic fragrance. That is not something that you want. Not to mention the myriad of other ingredients that they use. Just because it's handmade doesn't mean that it is good for you ingredients. So they list them all on their website. Go take a look. You can use your phone. Look up these ingredients. Look up long-term effects of sodium lauryl sulfate, and you'll get studies and you can read them and you can see what they do. Parabens have been found in every piece of breast tissue that has breast cancer in it. These are important things to know. And so it is now more than ever where you need to really, really, really take responsibility for the items that you're bringing into your home, into your airspace, into your body. You have to know. Unfortunately, you have to know. Something that was really, really informative in this documentary that I didn't know was that we are third world country status in the types of ingredients that we allow. So we become the dumping ground for all of the worst offenders. They were talking about, I think, the paneling that goes into motorhomes and things like that. But so all of these, including China, China gets all of the best stuff with the least amount of toxins in it, and we get the stuff with the most toxins in it, the stuff that's the cheapest to make, because there's no regulation for it and nobody's stepping up to say, no, we don't want this. So what can you do? There are two really, really, really important things that you can do. One, start learning about your ingredients. I know it is so overwhelming, but take it one thing at a time. Take it with the things that you use every day and take a look at the ingredients. They're listed on the back. I'm talking about synthetic fragrance. It's called fragrance, the literal word. That's not something that you want, but look at other ingredients, research them, just Google it. Long-term effects of, boom, and you'll get studies, or adverse effects of, and you'll understand these ingredients. Sometimes it's a natural ingredient with a Latin-based word, and you're like, oh, that's aloe. Okay, never mind. But other times it's something where you're like, why is this in my lotion? Why would this be in there? It's also an ingredient in Roundup. So learning about those things, but I cannot say this enough. You vote with your dollars every day. Every day. That is how you make a difference, what you choose to buy. If you look at Costco alone, 5 years ago, there was nothing organic at Costco, nothing. Now it's almost half the store in terms of like the things that you eat, because supply and demand. So if you start doing your research, if you start demanding better products and buying those products that are cleaner, not the greenwash products, I'll make another video on that, but the truly clean products that you can find, if you're starting to buy that, guess what? Stores are gonna start carrying that because they want you to buy from them. So vote with your dollars. Really understand what you are spending your money on and what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your airspace, what you're putting into your kids' bodies. Understand these things and just make a simple switch. Start with 1 or 2 products at a time. In a few months, you'll realize that you've switched out so many things. So take a look at that documentary if you want more information on this. I think everybody should see it because it really compiles all these things that you need to know that nobody's ever listening. Know what's in your products. Start demanding better for you because before you know it, we're all gonna be full of tumors and things like that. And this is not like a scare tactic. I promise you, this is look around. And so learn about it. The documentary is called Stink. It's on Netflix. And thank you, Simone, for recommending that to me because it is really, really, really what everybody needs to hear. So thank you for listening and let me know your thoughts on it. Talk to you later.